Okay, so let's get back to where we were here. Let me get my timer going. Okay, so right now we're able to loop over here. And again, the thing that was kind of interesting here wasn't really an issue before, was that on my for each here, I really wasn't concerned about what the context was when I got back here, and here I am. So in which case, I'm just controlling the context by having my iterator function call. I'm passing in the cell, but I'm controlling the context here. So again, just a couple of things to be aware of, and you usually see this when you think you have a method that's available, and it turns out that it's not. So let me actually even make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so at this point, I could find out if its cell is alive. What I want to do is I want to determine whether it's going to be alive in the next round. So I'm going to do this one step at a time. I'm going to say this, and I'll say nearest neighbors, and this is going to be cell. We're going to pass in a cell here. In order to get the nearest neighbors, it's a sanity check. Again, I want you guys to write as little code as you can before you end up testing things out. And if I step, I should see, I saw some undefineds there. That was a little concerning. So, and that's because I'm not returning anything from here. That's fine. I just wanted to see if I was hitting this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the nearest neighbors from this cell. I'm going to start out by getting the parts equals cell.id.split, and I'm going to split it to dash. Now, I'm going to say x equals parts 0, and y equals parts 1. And let's just say return when I step, I should see an x and y value. Now we have a problem here. I want to treat these as integers, and I can see that they're strings. So I'll show you a little trick you could do. If you take a string and multiply it by 1, JavaScript ends up coercing these things into an integer because you're treating it as a math operation. You could also do a parse int if you want to. But now I've got numbers. And what I'm going to do is I want to loop over the neighbors. So I'm going to do a loop, and I'm going to say for var I equals x minus 1, as long as x is less than or equal, I is less than or equal to x plus 1, and I'll say x plus plus. And just for kicks, again, building something. Let's go over here and we'll just do console.log I. I'm not going to return anything, but let's just see that we have consecutive numbers here. That doesn't look right, so let's fix it. X plus plus, it is I plus plus. And I've got myself in a bit of a pickle here with an infinite loop. Oh, you get to see an infinite loop. There's not all that much I think I'm going to be able to do to get out of this. Let's see. And at some point, I'm going to end up running out of memory here. Ooh, that's bad.